Evening, everybody. It's 5:21 on this Tuesday afternoon, the 23rd of January, and this is your closing comment video number 2048. Was another mixed day, but today the Dow went in the other direction, closed down 96.36 or 0.25, while the Nasdaq was up 0.4% at up about 65.66. S&P up 14.17 or 0.29, down on the Russell $7.11, 0.36, and down on the transports 4438.28. So it was actually a pretty quiet day. Um, it was also a big earnings day. And the reason that the Dow did what it did was based on earnings. Johnson & Johnson came out this morning. It had closed at 162.47 last night, got down as low on a miss, got down as low as 156.91, but came back a bit, 159.63, only down about half that distance, $2.84. Procter & Gamble with a miss. Um, Procter and Gamble was a bit of a beat to neutral. The stock closed 147.86, got as high on good guidance as 156.40, closed at 153.80. That's up 594. No mistaking this one. 3M, not only with a miss, but with horrendous guidance. The stock had closed 108.02, traded down to 94.11, closed 95.97, down 12.05 or 11%. And you can pretty much count on all of the loss in the Dow was right there. But that isn't the way it broke out this afternoon when Texas Instruments reported a beat, but also horrendous guidance. At 4 o'clock before the earnings came, it was 174.34, down 49 cents. Currently 163.20, down 763 on that guidance. And a rail safety company that just got an approval in the EU for their railway system closed 2.25 yesterday, traded as high as $9.24. The last is 710. That's up 485, or just a scant 215%. So that was actually a pretty decent move for them. The stock did, in fact, reverse not very long ago. It's down about 90% from the high, which was with that reverse the equivalent of just under $20. But in November, it was reverse split 1 for 8. So, you know, even the move here at 1 for 8, $7.10 makes it less than $1 a share. Okay, advanced declines, more stocks down than up on both the New York and the NASDAQ, not by much. 2,200 to 2,050 on the NASDAQ, and 1450 to 1300 on the NYSE, but volume was again lower than the last couple of days. Yesterday it was 5.2, Friday it was 5.6, today 5.2. So there you go. After the close, we had the earnings on Netflix. Not only was it a beat, but they added 13 million subscribers. So the stock, which was quiet all day, trading around 489 to 490, closed 491.09, up 538, traded as high as 532.18 afterwards. So really a hell of a move. The last on it, the conference call is on right now. It's actually trading 534. That's a new high on the day. 535.92 the high, 534.17 the last, and that's up over 48 and a quarter. In the futures markets, the chart on the screen is the oil. It was kind of a quiet day in the oil today. As you can see, it was an inside day, higher low, lower high. But it held in there pretty well. It closed right around mid range and it was down. About 39 cents. But that was, after having just come up in the last 5 days from 70 to yesterday's high at 75.46. What I'm looking for is a close above here, which is 75.57. That would give us a move probably to this green line, which is the 200-day MA. Now, this is a daily, it's only 4 months, but I will point out that it did cross over the 5 across the 20 to the upside 3 days ago. And so that is generally a change in direction. As you can see, we're pretty neutral on both the RSI and the MACD. Nat gas was up 4 cents. It was only down 30% last week. Gold was up 360. Silver was up 17 cents. Bitcoin, this is the one I've been telling you. If it got anywhere near 38,500, I thought it would be a buy. Today's low, 38,540. It closed mid range after being down there. So now it has closed the gap here that it left back in early December. And now it's gotten into the heart of this consolidation where it broke out for the last run from 38,000 up to 49,000 and change, 49,430. So I think this is pulled back enough. I bought a couple of for myself BITX next month's 20s for $1.30 today, I believe. Those are the 2-to-1 Bitcoin ETF. Anyway, there you have it, folks. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and tomorrow we have on the hit parade 7 a.m. MDA mortgages. 9:45 flash January S&P Global US Manufacturing PMI. The prior was 47.9, and the Global US Services PMI, the prior of which was 51.4. And at 10:30 we have weekly crude inventories. Hope everyone had a good day. I'll be back in the morning.